All right, let's see. It should theoretically be the right time period. Let's see. Is portal working? No, color scuffed. Let's see. I'll move this here. Oh, okay. You ready? All right, let's do this. Hello, mortals! Oh my goodness, look at all of you. Well, probably not that many. No, I shouldn't look at the viewer count. That'll just look straight. Hello, it is I, Noxolo. Some of you probably... Oh, who am I kidding? Hello again, I guess. It's been quite a while. A little long while. Gave you the good silencing, as it were, but here we are. I'm new. Improved. I can move. Look at this. I'm not just a still image that posts sometimes. Look at me. Look at my eyes. They have highlights. Look at that. It took me so long to make, but it was really super easy. Hope y'all are doing pretty good. I'm sure you're wondering why I would call you here of all times. Well, I think you can imagine it's probably for the next new thing, but reasonable question. What is this new thing that I've been teasing and possibly haven't put much thought in? Oh, hi. Hi, Cookie. Nice to see you. Early. All right. Anyway, back on track. I have been teasing that I've been planning something new. Oh, okay, there we go. There goes Scott. I've been teasing that I've been planning something new that I think could be a lot of fun. Haven't really explained a lot of it, and I'll be honest, kind of going off the cuff. We're making this up as we go. So I figured, hey, you know what? What better to get back into expanding who I am and just having fun with people and doing some gaming. But I figured, you know what? Gaming, it's a bit of a tough area to get into. There's a lot of copyright issues and that kind of stuff. So I figured, what's a good way to get around that? Well, the answer was simple. Oh, hold on. The answer was simple. Make my own game from scratch. Deviously simple, isn't it? Well, yeah. Did you think I thought this deeper than this? Because I didn't. I haven't thought about a thing in my life. Adjusting that. Yeah, I know it's rigged shut. Anyway. So to get to the long and short of how this is going to work, I'm going to be making a game live on the internet for all of you beautiful people to see. I'm going to be taking your suggestions in the chat and leaving them in this little notepad where I can write down basically anything you guys want me to add to the game, stuff that you think would be very, fun, entertaining, funny, anything of sort. And then, just very tasteful jokes that you would want me to implement that would not be at all, contrived. You know who I'm talking to. But enough banter, let's get into this, shall we? Good place to start would be a good name. I've been considering this a bit. I probably don't have the best name. We can come back to this later. So for now, let's call it... I'm just going to call it the first thing that comes to mind. Oh, I know. No, I don't know. God, this is off the rails already. Let's go with horns aplenty. Horns aplenty. Because, I have horns. You can see on my head. I hope they look straight. I haven't really been in these many dimensions in a while, and I understand it can look a little scuffed. Is scuffed the word that's being used nowadays? Is that what's hip? Is that what's bopping? Well, it's scuffed, but you know, it's fine. Horns aplenty. Loading of files and... And there we go. We got the nice starting out default RPG Maker map here. I think a good place to start would be some terrain. Of course, at any time, feel free to go and chat and suggest anything that you would want to add to the game. We'll add it to our fun little text file over here. And, well, I think it's a good time to get started. I think a good place to start would be with some terrain making. We got our first map here. Let's space it out a little bit. Let's give ourselves some room to work with. I'm thinking, yeah, let's just go crazy with it. Why not? There we go. That looks pleasant. There's a lot of room to work with, but you know, it is what it is. And for first area, I don't know if overworld's going to be the best place. Normally when you, in my experience, it's a good place to start with a good central point. Somewhere that when creating a world, you're going to come back to every now and again. Central hub, if you will. So we're just going to call this hub. And display name, we'll put something here later. So it'll just be like Idiocy. What, you don't speak gibberish? Normies. Yeah, I think overworld's fine for now. It's a little basic, actually. What am I saying? Oh, too basic. Let's try outside. Parallax image. Should mention, we are eventually going to be having times where we're making visual assets in Clip Studio Paint and other programs. So for now, we're just using placeholders. So we have placeholder sky, placeholder grass train, placeholder everything, really. Oh, that does not look pretty. Never mind. Hold on. Let's see. What am I saying? It's going to be tied to the camera. Brain fart. All right. Madden speaking. I mean, if you want me to speak less, I will, but it's going to be a really awkward stream if it's just going to be me going. I feel like it's going to get a little awkward. It's going to cause some tension. Of course, that's what you want, in which case I'm in the wrong line of work. God, my first stream, I can't even talk. Maybe you're right. I should stop speaking. Central area. What do we have to work with? If you see me pausing for a bit, it's because I'm occasionally glancing at other things to make sure we don't just crash. Hashtag cease existing. I'm thinking maybe we can have like this gate thing. We could have like there's a couple of these around or that lead to other places, or maybe not. God, my indecisiveness is killing me on my first stream. No. Okay, let's get decisive. We don't need to make something cool. We gotta imagine existing. You got quite the imagination. You're imagining speaking, you're imagining existing. Soon enough, you're going to imagine thinking and eating and, well, maybe streaming. I don't know. I don't know if streaming's for you specifically. Maybe it might be. I didn't think it was for me, but you know what? Here we are. You know what? Here we go. There we go. This bucket is now the center of the universe. Don't question it. I should probably make this. This bucket is going to be the center of the universe no matter what my idiocy tells me. And we are going to have it be the center of this map we're making. So we're going to be referencing it whenever we want to make something new. We're going to be coming back to it a lot. Oh wait, that's well. Bucket, well, potato, potato. Imagine thinking of eating. I have a lot of contrarians in my... Is contrarian the right word? I don't know. I haven't studied the English language at all. So this is like basically my first time talking. Hello, hi, Nox Solo here. No, I think... Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Actually, you know what? We're going to be imagining thinking eating, we're going to incorporate that into our game. We're going to incorporate imagination of thinking and eating. And you know what? We're going to elaborate on this. And since... What made you think I was going to take away your existing privileges? You can't fool me. I gave them to you the other day. I gave them to you the other day, you biscuit. Is that what you said, biscuit? Yeah, that's... I gave you your existing privileges the other day. You can't just revoke those. Those are special. Do you hate my existing privileges that much? Where do they hit you? Also, spoiler on what I have my binds tapped to. Oh boy. Anyway, getting back to this, we're adding imagining, thinking, and eating to our game. How are we going to do this? Maybe a dream sequence? If I can spell sequence right. No, hold on. There we go. That's how you spell sequence. Don't correct me. Or I will. I will do things to you. Final boss is imaginary burger. Okay, that's a little down the line. I'm gonna move that down in the notes a little bit. Final boss, imaginary burger. It's gonna be a very interesting game, I can tell you what. I'm thinking if this is going to be our final boss, you know, he's going to be very plot relevant, so you know what, it's probably good we hammer him out early. Eating our like resources you can have. Okay, we're getting a lot of ideas right off the bat, so have thinking. Actually, no, I can just add that to the last point. What am I thinking? We need to be organized in this very professional, not all silly stream. Thinking and eating our resources. Now, eating thing, I can completely understand. That makes sense to me. You know, you need to eat to survive, and that's probably something you should manage. Thinking. We're gonna get creative. I'm gonna tell you what. Now we are doing an RPG. I was thinking maybe we could have some combat, so maybe it's a combat resource, or it could just be time-based resource, or how would thinking integrate into our game? It can be time-based. Oh, overstimulation. That's another thing. Thinking equals mana. We're getting a lot of ideas here. Our mana is going to be tied to a lot of things. A time-based, mana-based RPG with overstimulation. I love it already. All right, let's get working on this. We should probably implement this first before we do anything. I feel like... Actually, I have an idea. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Wait, hold on. I just looked at the stream. Can you not see the windows open? No! The scuff! The scuff has already gotten us. All right. Hold on. I can fix this. I can fix this. Can I fix this? God. It's hard to explain, but I'm opening, like, RPG Maker tabs within RPG Maker, and it's not showing. I'm not cooking. Shut it. This is off the rails. Amazing. You know, I'm not gonna fix this, so I'm just gonna rely solely on my charisma to carry us through this. It's gonna be horrible. Hold on, I can fix this. I can fix this. Stream assets, screen capture. It's enough. Okay. See you, Frost Frogs. You sleep well. This is gonna be something. Let's see. New source. Actual RPG maker. At source. Let's do. Is it worth it to just capture the screen? At this point, I might as. No, because then that's good. You know what? I'm gonna figure this out later. We're just gonna stick with it as it is. I'm gonna leave the notes on the screen, and you're going to be completely lost on what I'm working on at a given time. This is going to be the most scuffed stream this side of the fucking multiverse. Let's see. Go into the... Let's start altering some terms. MP, now we are changing that. We are making MP into thought. Abbreviation can be TH. God, this could be a nutty game. We already got MP replaced with thinking, and we're gonna need a eating resource, so we're going to use TP for that. Eating. The abbreviation is just gonna be food in all capitals. That's gonna be amazing. Now, how are we going to implement Imaginate anything right the first time? I will banish you. I will banish you to the ends of the earth. Do not think I will not. I swear to God. Getting anything right the first time. You know, I can imagine that my stream is going to go well, you know? I can pretend that I can do this well. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked a lot. We're getting back on topic. Let's see. So we have thinking and eating as resources I can now mess with. Eating... I think it makes sense for that to only work in battle unless I want to change it from being based on TP to being based on something else. Yeah, I think that works. What else are we implementing? Well, we've implemented the thinking part, and we've implemented the inking. Don't say anything. Don't clip this. We've implemented the thinking, and we've implemented the eating. What we haven't implemented is the imagination part. I think that's going to come in more so in the story. I think this is going to be in a world of imagination. Come with me and you'll see a world of imagination. What is the imagination world about? I'll tell you once I know it. We're discovering this together. And you can't see the database window I have open for reasons. Actually, I can fix this real easily. Hold on, now I'm cooking. Here's the cooking, here's pot and kettle. Or is it actually showing? You know what, this is just my life now. I'm gonna let it be. I've heard of Problem Sleuth, I've never read it myself, unfortunately. I don't know, whenever it was an active thing, I just had no presence on the internet. Let's see, change max MP to max thinking, because haha funny. So whenever you're full up on your mana, you're full up on your thoughts, but you're never going to be full up on your thoughts because it's going to be slowly running out. Or else you'll be overstimulated. Actually, I should probably work on the overstimulation first because that sounds like it's going to be the biggest pain to deal with. Let's see. Overstimulated is probably going to be a status. So let's make a new status. Overstimulated. I need to keep keeping my typos because I think that's going to make this a lot more cringe and a lot more hilarious. than I actually am. Anyway. Time travel back to 2007. What is specific time period? I like it. Time travel 2007. So we're going to be both going through imagination and time traveling. This sounds like Psychonauts. I think I'm just making Psychonauts. Don't tell the creators I'm making this game, please. I'm joking. Overstimulated. What shall we use to represent overstimulated? And by that I mean which icon? Flaming skull seems appropriate. Overstimulated, cannot move. That makes sense. Don't know what SV motion is or overlay, so we're just gonna leave that be. Actually, I think having the rage icon for overstimulated kind of works a little bit. For use, fair use. Not for use. Okay, I'll make sure to remember that. Not free use. Fair use. There we go. I'll make sure to come back to this later. Whenever it's... I could probably make a joke about it with the shop vendor or something. That's probably what I'm gonna do, honestly. Overstimulated condition. Removed by restriction, removed by battle enemy. Removed by damage, remove it by walking. I think remove by walking works. Let's say you need to walk a little bit to remove it. Let's say 20 out of game steps. To get unoverstimulated, you gotta pace around a little bit. That just makes logical sense. Messages. Became overstimulated. Is overstimulated. Is oven stimulated. This would be a lot funnier if you could see me actively typing it. Why am I purple? That was weird. I just look over to my capture. I'm like, why am I purple? Where did the purple come from? Why is the purple here? I mean, I know what. Listen, just because I'm bi doesn't mean you need to point it out. We're not all. Okay, it's a lie. I'm bisexual. I don't know. I bumped it by accident, so I guess this is a thing. We found the scuff. Anyway. If the state is removed, what's a good word for losing overstimulation? It wouldn't just be stimulated because, well, that sounds weird. I'm thinking mood. All right, we'll call it mood. That's gonna be so funny. You get the status, you're overstimulated. You have the status, you are stimulated. You lose the status, mood. Just mood. Let's give this some actual traits. I'm thinking if you're overstimulated, you're not moving a lot. I think it also makes sense that you're a little more vulnerable to damage, you know? You're not moving around as decompressed. Mood. I mean, I already put mood. I know. I'm gonna put this on the notes so you can see what I type. Mood decompressed. Perfect. Absolute perfection. You better believe I'm applying that immediately. Anyway, traits. I think it makes sense if when you're overstimulated, you're probably not going to move around as much. You're going to be a little still trying to process everything. So let's add a vulnerability. Actually, now let's just lower defense. That's a lot easier than what I'm trying to do. Parameter defense 50%. That makes a lot more sense. Probably gonna mess around with the more technical stuff off stream just for the sake of not boring you guys. All one of you. I'm joking. All right, we got the overstimulated condition. Now we need to make it apply whenever we're at max MP, or rather, max thought. Oh, for not your stimulation? Oh, sorry. Well, actually, yeah, I can change it real quick. How's your overstimulation like? I can mix it up while I'm setting up for how the applying it works. Because I wanted to apply when thought reaches max. Because I feel like when you have too much thought, that's probably when overstimulation is going to happen. But again, that's just how I think. Wondering how Gem J isn't here. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she had some other stuff going on. I don't want to force her to join in on something if it isn't really her thing. That might just be a me thing, though. Your overstimulation is like vibrates extremely quickly, then melts. I can work with that. Let's actually do it that way. That gives me an idea. Hold on. We're going to change the overlay to... We're going to have no overlay. It's going to be mostly seen through an icon. That's how it works. No restrictions. Remove this. We're going to make them a speedy little... Nope, wrong one. Oh, everything. We found the scuff. Everything is scuff. Okay. I need to move my toggles off of my number pad. Oh, this is... Oh boy. Anyway, vibrates extremely quickly and melts. I think I can do that by like having this raised evasion, but also deal fire damage every turn. I feel like that fits the description pretty well. Let's see. Do I do it with attack speed, or do I just go into the parameters? I'll just do parameters. Agility. I'm not touching the number pad again. I'm learning. We're only like, what? Half an hour into the stream and I'm finally learning how to manage my toggles. Okay. We'll say when you're overstimulated, your agility is increased to 150%. Shut up. Agility increased to 150%, but let's have fire damage happen every turn. How do we do this? Hey, let's make an RPG Maker game. How do I RPG? Elemental rate is changes damage multiplier according to the specified. Not really what I'm looking for. I could have a state activate another state. That seems a little silly. I like it. Where is jobs? Stats, jobs, status effect moves, slimes. We're adding slimes? Okay. Slimes. put them in somewhere. All right. Oh, wrong tab. There we go. We're back to RPG Maker. Add skill, seal skill. There's just so many buttons. I'm just clicking through a bunch of buttons. And you can't see any of it. Push, 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 push. Ba, 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 ba. Maybe if I look at the other stats, I'll be able to see what's going on. Poison. How does poison behave? Just a negative. I guess that works. I'll just have to remove a little bit of HP every turn. I'm thinking minus 5%. Not too much, but we are not, in fact, back to RPG Maker. Fuck you. Oh, boy. Anyway. So as I have it set up now, overstimulation is going to give you 150% agility at the cost of losing 5% of your HP per turn. That sounds pretty fair. I'm also thinking of messing around with the numbers of classes and enemies. So I mean, like, the default numbers in RPG Maker aren't bad, but they stick pretty solidly in the hundreds, and I'm green again. Number pad! Anyway, I like the default stats of RPG Maker as much as an S guy, but having them be in the hundreds makes damage feel a little, you know? Like you have 100 bajillion HP and you have no idea how much your big attack stat is going to do, so I want to know, should we lower the RPG Maker numbers to something a little more manageable, or should we just shoot for the sky and hope for the best? Balancing be damned. Hard mode engaged. Hard mode perpetuated. While you guys think about that, I'm going to have a little drink of water. Delicious. And for now, I'll set them for lower amounts. I don't know, it might be just me. I've been watching a bit of Paper Mario recently, and having the numbers and stats and HP and MP, I mean thought, be relatively low is, I don't know, it's pleasant. Starting on HP, let's have it be start at 20 and end at, let's see, what's the energy limit? 999. We'll go from 20 HP to a maximum of 200 HP. Theoretically, that would be like... Actually, I don't know how to do the math. I didn't graduate math school so I could do math. I don't even know I'm the wrong... Toggles! Being small and weak is fun. I agree. So we're going to keep them small. Starting HP is 20. We're going from low level to high level, so I'm thinking we'll end at, I don't know, 999 health. I don't know. Let's see. That's a decent curve. How much are we getting per level? All right, that's decent. That's like 10 HP per level. I can manage that. We can do basically the same thing here. Actually, thought should probably be less. Toggle? No! I need to get a better way of... Wait, hold on. Oh, okay, it's specifically the number pad. For thought, we're going to have it start at 10 and end at, when should it end at? Yeah, let's have it end at like 30. There's not going to be a lot of thought in the game. I'm not putting a lot of thought into it, so thought's not going to be that big. It reflects the creator. Apply, make sure to save your work always. You might be stronger, but your mind is not getting much bigger. That is very true. I mean, not for you specifically. I'm just talking like humans in general. We don't think things through. I almost forgot to put this in our very important, very serious notes. Numbers small. Big bod, no thoughts. Hilarious. Anyway. I need to stop saying hilarious. That's gonna get annoying eventually. Have attack start at 5 and at 25. That seems like a good curve. Let's make it a slow curve. Let's have it go. I need to stop using my tongue. I'm never gonna learn. I'm just gonna keep on turning bisexual in the middle of this. Spontaneous bisexual. Man, that is a slow. You know, I like the numbers being small, but they crawl really slow. Maybe I should just hand out experience like candy in this game. Just constantly numbers going up all the time. That'll be a good dopamine rush. In that case, I'm going to need to change this curve from 20 to... Let's try 200. How does that curve look? It looks a little better. Like 4 to 6 HP per level up. Attack is 5 to 25. Defense will be... Let's keep it similar so the player has an easier time. 5 to 25. Except we'll do this as a fast curve, so it's like shnoop, and that's right where it needs to be. Magic attack, or as it should be, think attack. Basically panic attacks, but you put them on your enemy. It's a very special skill. Use it well. We'll have you start at 10 and end at 20. No, I'll have you end at 10 too. This stat isn't going to increase. It's going to be dependent on equipment. Don't use numpads! God. I don't think... I just need to accept I'm not going to learn. Just never going to learn. Max defense will have it be same. I wish you do not make other people experience panic attacks as far as I have seen, Cookie. You are a pretty non-panic attack person, but I agree. Panic attacks, but on enemies, deal damage. You don't have the damage to back it up. I think that's for the better. I'm glad you don't damage me. Not to imply that you... Hold on, that came a little off a little weird. It's fine. And agility, I don't even know what agility is for in RPG Maker. I've looked it up and it has not answered my questions. Can't say it has. So I'm just going to say it's probably not important. Let's start at 20 and go to 200. I like my hundreds, all right? There we go. I should probably clear my throat out a little more. I keep on sounding like I keep going deeper, but really it's just my throat is trying to strangle me. All right, I think that'll about do it. All right, we have our first status effect and we have the general curve of our stats. Next, we need to make some equipment for our little guy to hold. Begs the question, what is our little guy going to be holding? What is his weapon of choice? Is he going to be fighting with a stick and batting every single person he sees? Is he going to take the nearest Pringle cans and bludgeon it against your head? Is he going to use his own shoulder pads? Use them as weapons? Just take them off and just throw them? Maybe he's going to get creative. Maybe he's going to take his own PC and crash it over someone's head, turning them into a streamer, and then just watching them melt in front of a live studio audience. Choice is yours, chat, although I am going to add some of my own ideas and suggestions. Weapons? Let's do, for our first possible suggestion, an entire computer. Because who hasn't wanted to bludgeon someone to the edge of consciousness with a very expensive brick that is the size of your entire torso? I know I've had that thought, sometimes several times. What else could you bludgeon a person with? That is the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, I guess it doesn't need to be bludgeoning. It could be like something sharp. Paper. Give someone a paper cut. There could be different kinds of paper. We have crafting paper, sandpaper, school paper. It can have different effects. I can imagine school paper boosting up your thought attack because you can write on paper, and that's very thoughtful, I think. Magic the Gathering. Why did I know you were going to suggest that? Why did I know before I even suggested weapons you were going to suggest? Okay, fine. Magic the Gathering cards. I don't think I can. I mean, like, the entire purpose of this is to avoid copyright. I don't know if I can use specific Magic the Gathering cards and not get in trouble, but I will try to be as fair use as I can, as fair as possible. This is going to be actually addendum Magic the Gathering cards, spell cards. That's a thought. Like, instead of using thoughts to cast spells, if you're getting a little too low or a little too high, you can just, you know, have cards that cast spells for you that are references to Magic the Gathering. Sorcery of the Forge Ring, that's a little too obvious for my taste. Let's go with something a little more subtle. Perfect. Sublime. No one will know. Mage, Eric, the Gathering. So now we are obligated to have cats. That is now a new plot point. New plot point. Obligated to have cats. Reminds me of D&D Skull Scrolls. That's kind of the vibe I was thinking when I typed it. Of course, this means we need to make spells, so... Make spells. You dingo. Exclamation point, exclamation point, explanation point, XD, Rafflemow. And just to be sure I don't forget, smiley face. So yeah, now I will definitely remember to make spells, and I'm not going to just breeze pie it through the entirety of game creation until the last minute, and it's going to be tacked on and ruin everything. That's not gonna happen. I promise. Absolutely. Anyway, let's see here. I think we've got a good amount of stuff going on. I think we can do a lot with this. I just need to formulate my thoughts around it and then we can execute. So you know what? I think it's time. We've been streaming for what, 45 minutes now? Let's take a little break, gather our thoughts, and come at this with the battle plan. I think I have an idea, but I want to ferment on it for about like a minute or two. Be right back. Break! And we're back. Hope I didn't keep you all waiting too long. I've just been thinking over these notes with my big, very not dumb brain, thinking on how best to implement it. And I think, especially with imaginary burger, fair use, and I forgot how much I mistyped these. Well, we'll worry about that another time. Just get off the screen. I think I have an idea for the direction we're going to take. Finally, it took me long enough. Am I right? Anyway, for this, we're going to need to shorten this down a little bit. It's a tad big. Or no, it's a tad high. I want it wider. So let's make it like 66 by 99. That looks a little better. Go to tile mode, and we're going to make us a little bit of a, a map. And since this is the world of imagination and also time travel, we'll get to the time travel immediately. That's a chapter 2 thing. But for now, we are going to make ourselves a little bit of a terrain. And I am going to want, where is it? I just saw it a second ago. God. Okay, here we go. Cobblestone F or cobblestone B. Cobblestone F looks closer. We're going to be making ourselves a big area that we can probably explore in, except since it's imagination, we're going to make it, I think, in the shape of a brain. That seems pretty creative to me. It's going to be a good use of space, hopefully. Coming back to this area a lot to get upgrades. Not even going to try it all to make this look good, because, ha! Yes, I am back. Hello. Let's see. Frontal lobe. It looks something like this. Right. It has random angular junk just jutting out. We'll fix that later. Maybe if I did research, I could make each segment of this quote-unquote brain that we're making here actually relate to something in psychology or biology or something. Now I'm just making funny shapes till I make something I like. I feel like we do that a lot. Let's get a little bit of a curve going back here. Looks like the back lobe a little bit, maybe not. Until we say, oh, brainstem. That's pretty shy brainstem, I know. Let's trim a little bit off the back. Add a little curvature. Let it really, that is not the same tile. That looks wrong. Let's just curve it back in. Now it's starting to look a little bit like a golf ball. Wow, golf ball? Really? That is... Golf club. It looks a bit like a golf club, but who cares? Let's have some bottom bit. There's like a bottom bit on this part, I think. I think that's how... I don't know. I've never seen a human brain before in my life. Yeah, that looks... Let's move on. Okay, now let's move on. Now this area is a mite big. If we were to take our player character representation over here and move it, you can see that it's a pretty big space. So ideally, for designing a game that is supposed to be fun and interesting, we wouldn't want this just to be an open featureless space. We're going to want some details. Make it a little visually interesting. So you know what? Let's go back to tiles. Ew, never mind. That doesn't look nice. Add some... Oh, there we go. Add some broken tiles in here. Just at random. Maybe it means lore. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just me trying to add a little bit of visual pattern. Click, 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 click. Maybe a large line right here, because why not? Some visual distinction. Now, is this just going to be floating in the sky? Yes, sky brain. Actually, if that's the case, I should probably make the background scroll a little bit horizontally just so it looks like sky passing by. And now a brain, it is not just, hello internet, welcome to, this is not game theory worthy. I'm just going to tell you that there is nothing here. My brain is on screen. It is completely smooth and empty of lore. We'll get to lore eventually, I promise, but it's not here right now. But yeah, a brain is typically not smooth. Mine is because my brain is a rock, but on average, a typical human brain is going to have some crevices, it's going to have some ridges, it's going to have a bunch of maze-like things across it. So, you know what I think? I think our brain should be a little bit of a maze. Not too much a maze that is absolutely a nightmare to navigate, because we want the player to come back here, but let's give it some, I don't know, let's give it some detail. Since it's a brain, let's do Demon Castle. That looks pretty purplish. We're going to want a center point that the player will always be able to come back to for reasons. Maybe it's some sort of a portal into a safe space. So we'll go right into the center of the brain, and we're going to make ourselves a portal. Let's go with this one, and we're just going to have it exist. So here we have our portal in our little central area of the brain. We're going to section it off now. I make it sound like I'm gonna do brain surgery. Add spilt milk. I mean, why is it not adding? There it is. Okay. Almost had not scuff. Don't add this to the counter. Future me, don't make a scuff counter. Don't you dare. Okay, anyway. Actually, what am I doing? I have a plot point thing here. Use it. Innermost mind milk. I'll know what I'm talking about later, I promise. Getting back to making the game, let's add ourselves some ridges. So we got our central area over here. Let's do a little bit of this action. Make a little bit of a central space for branching off paths. Those could go anywhere. Actually, with the way that these work, I should probably do it like this so I can, oh no, we're making holes in our brains. Let's fix, you saw nothing. Okay, let's see here. You know what, I could have just moved this without messing with my timeline. It's fine, it's fine. Don't worry about it. There's no scuff to be seen. Obligated to have cats. Didn't I already add that? I could have sworn. Okay, I guess we're doing it twice. Obligated to have cat. We're going to have twice as much cats. This is going to be a game all about cats, which means everyone's gonna either really love it or really hate it and want my head on a pike. And either way, I think it's warranted. Oh no, that's gonna be a problem. I guess I could just move it up one more. I'm learning a lot about spatial awareness things that I did not know before this. Is that a sentence? I don't know. Innermost moment. You know what? What do you mean I know what I must do? What are you on about? I'm afraid I don't know what I must do. I'm completely lost. I'm just a poor baby in the middle of the internet with no clue of where I am or what to do. So I am just going to do what I do know to do. And that is make shitty RPG Maker maps. All right, so we have a central area. I think we have enough space to make a little bit of like diverging pathways. You know, we have a little this and it goes a little way, but oh, what's this? A branching path? Where does it go? I don't know. Cats like milk, right? Well, yeah, they do. But our main big bag, yes, we have a big bad. Like, I can't even when I make a joke on myself, I can't do it right. So for first, big bag, that's a part of it. But also our big bad is an imaginary burger. And I don't think cats mix well with burgers unless it's brilliant. It's perfect. I could not come up with anything better myself, and I did. Don't ask me how that makes sense. I don't know. But our big bad is going to be I Can Has Cheeseburger. I'm just now internalizing that I have to make an RPG Maker game with I Can Has Cheeseburger in it. Reflecting on life choices. Anyway. All right, let's see. Let's get back to making our maze. Let's have it go all the way to the top so the exterior of our brain can be nice and purple. That's what brains are, right? Purple? As far as I can know. Becoming enlightened. I'm ascending. I am rising to the top of the evolutionary chain. Or something of that sort. Then we can have this going here, have another branch there, and we can have like a big chamber over here that's like a level select. Oh, but wait, because of the way these... I need to readjust my brain to how RPG Maker maps work, because if I keep scuffing up like this, you know, eventually there's just going to be so much scuff. I'm going to implode on myself, and then explode. I think that's how it works. I don't know. I never studied physics either. Shut up. Let's see. That looks fine, but it's also a little square for my... God, then there's going to be no space there. Okay, that looks better. Maybe just having it in the corners is going to be enough. Yeah, it looks decent. Except I'm going to need to get rid of this. It's all the little things you don't think of that always end up being the roughest to make. There we go. There we go. That's starting to look a little like a possibly published product, except that is no longer... That's so cramped. My God. Okay, extend this, and there we go. That's a little less... Well, it's still cramped, but it's enough for me. Now, what else are we going to add? We need this to be a sort of level select, but what would be a good thing to indicate you are going into a different place? That definitely was a sentence that made sense, Shep. Let's have a hole. I'm gonna dig a hole into the ground because we are digging deep into the mind, digging deep into the imagination, and, you know, just getting covered with brain dirt because we're digging a lot. Probably shouldn't be digging that much, but, you know, it is what it is. Maybe we can have, like, some vines here. Maybe this is a plant level. Let's have some plants. Stick some plants up here, just for decoration. Decorating the brain with plants. Some carrots. Why not? It's, mossy carrots. There we go. That makes sense. Some blues, maybe a red. Just toss it around, you know? Just make an absolute collage of colors and plants. This is going to be our plant level. This is level 1. I'm good naming this. This is level 1. Let's see here. Where did I put the notes? They are right here. Level 1, plants. A lot of first levels have plants. They tend to be very memorable. We're gonna have plants. Let's have some yellow. That looks good, probably. I don't know. What does a good look like if you had to quantify it as an object? At this point, I can't even tell if you mean I'm cooking in a good way or a bad way. My God. Because, like, part of me just wants to assume you mean I'm cooking in a bad way and just be, like, offended, but I don't know. Whenever I hear about someone cooking, I just visualize scuff. Scuff as far as the eye can see. And, I mean, I've had some scuff issues, obviously, but, like, I don't think I'm that bad. Cooking is good means delicious. I mean, I get where you're coming from, but Mamma Mia, this... You did this. This is your fault. But yeah, I always thought cooking was referring to, like, when you're digging yourself a grave or something like that. I don't know, maybe I've been misreading that this entire time, but that's always what it looked like to me. That looks awkward. There we go. So we have our level 1 over here is going to be our plant area. Maybe a part of the brain that's very well nourished. Maybe memories of... Oh wait, what am I doing? I need to add pizza. Is there a pizza tile in this tile set even I can leverage? Pizza. I hope you're enjoying my mouth noises. Let's see here. I mean, this has a plate and forks. That's kind of associated with food in this pizza, so let's just place them in... there we go. We got a nice little sign that says eat here. The botanical diner. Plant level is the motor cortex. Okay. In that case, we're going to make a diagram at the end of this where we just have the diagram of the brain and it's just my odd placement of levels. Get that off the screen. There we go. All right, we have that taken care of. I feel like we could have a big area over here that's just a shop where you can get stuff. I know I definitely want to have like other shops inside the worlds that you can get, like, for lack of better terms, world specific items from, but having a general shop where you can get like that, where you can get home. I always think I'm on a roll, and then we have Home Depot. Shop. Home Depot. Haven't set foot into a Home Depot in well on probably like 10 years. I am going to have a haymaker of a time. Let's add some curvature to the architecture of the mentorture. Those are all definitely words. Look them up. And then we just add some decals here. So we have Home Depot this way. Got a couple signs. Let's see, which one is the most Home Depot out of these? Out of these! Go by memory, it'll be funny. I mean, you're asking me to draw from when I was still in grade school. This is not going to be fun. I mean, it's going to be fun, but it's not going to be... What am I even trying to say here? I don't know. Magic staves, the definition of Home Depot. No, coins. Definition of Home Depot. Staves and coins. Definition of Home Depot. You can't prove me wrong. If you do, I will plug my ears and ignore you. Let's see, what else is Home Depot known about? They have a lot of wood. So let's splatter some wood planks around, just randomly, wherever they can go. What else does the Home Depot have? It has a lot of steel stuff, but I don't see any... I don't see any steel... They have vases. A couple of those. Gotta have the vases. What else? Statues would be really funny for a Home Depot, but unfortunately I don't remember seeing any. So I'm not going to put any in there. I guess I can make a steel floor. That would be something. Fortunately, there's no steel floor in this tile set. So I guess I'm just mumbling my ideas pointlessly, which it's fine. But I don't have any response to that. It's just fine. Streetlight, tad random, but why not? Streetlight, right in the middle of the Home Depot. And what else? You can maybe you can see my floor, but Cookie, how am I even supposed to respond to that? This is an intervention. We need to talk about this. I understand that the robbery has affected you deeply, but it's not that serious. It's not that serious. You don't need to give away every single board of floor in your house just for... The robber didn't... Okay, this joke is falling apart. Let's get back to this. I have seen a lot of ropes in the Home Depot, so let's add a rope onto this. A little tassel onto the floor. I've seen some signage. That's a gravestone. That is not a sign. I've seen some signage at the Home Depot. We're gonna need one of those. I found the closest thing to steel, chimney, so let's just say Home Depot has a bunch of chimneys now. Just chimney palooza, chimneys all day. And one more. And I think that's it. All that's left is to add a portal into the second level, which is Home Depot. By the way, it is the second level of a game. I'm sorry to tell you this out of nowhere. Also level 2. So we have level 2 Home Depot. This is our new level 2. So let's see here. For an entrance to Home Depot, you know, we always know Home Depot for being a very safe and, you know, it doesn't violate a lot of OSHA violations on the average, right? So I think it only makes sense that the entrance to level is a bottomless pit that leads into nothingness and has no way to climb out. I think that only makes sense. And also, flower. You don't get to know why. So, yeah, now we have started. It's, you know, this is starting to come together. You know, we have the very important segments of our brain. We have the plant in the prefrontal cortex. That's a part of the brain, the plant. We have the Home Depot, which is right under the prefrontal cortex. Rafflesia? What's that? Don't mind me as I pull up Google. Oh, that's the plant I put down. You don't need to know why Home Depot needs it. They just do. Don't ask questions. Don't get Rafflesia'd. Rafflesia'd? Refused. I'm just going to call it the raffle flower because that's all I can see it as. So anyway, we're going to have our little doorway that's not close to the raffle flower at all because, you know, gambling. Ick. But also I'm definitely going to include gambling in this game. I'm joking. Let's see, past Home Depot, I want to have a world. Let's have it be world like 5 or something. But it's it's blocked access. You can't get to it. You need to pass the goblin. That's the way. Let's add a goblin in here. Actors. Is there a goblin in here? Yes, there is. Let's put a goblin in the way. It grows in your country and smells like a dead guy. I have heard. Although I only really know about it through Pokemon, I've never seen the name before, although I have seen images of the plant. We have our little goblin here. They are going to be your toll. They are not going to let you pass into World 5 until you bring them something. I'm not sure. I'm taking ideas on what you need in order to access World 5. But for now, it's just going to be, hey, World 5 is this segment of the brain, and we can't access it yet. So we're making progress. We have World 1 with the plants. We have World 2 with the Home Depot. You need to buy into his crypto scam. That could be World 4. Level 3, we'll get back to level 4. If we need to buy into his crypto scam, we need to go to a place. I mean, why would we bring real world anatomy into this? This is an RPG Maker game constructed by chat. Have to recite the Gettysburg Address. What's that either? I don't know so many things. This is just Nox Solo Google stuff, the stream. This is Nox Solo not knowing anything about the real world, the game. That's too much text, Google. I'll look at that later. What do you mean, wait, what? You heard me. What do you mean it's in character? Are you trying to say something about me? Because I think you're trying to say something about me. I don't take kindly to this. Look at how my hair floofs. It floofs in defiance. It is a non-character cookie. You... The time traveler is, I mean, you're not wrong. For those that are a little confused, long story short, hello, hi, I am your creator. Don't need to get all fanatical. My eyes just blink and freak out like this. Don't worry about it. Makes sense. I'm taking glances. Okay, so for the uninitiated, I am streaming this information from my time in the far past for you, into the far future for me. So I am on a barren rock, yet to create anything. I am spoiling myself on the process of humanity. Why are my eyes doing this thing? I have found the scuff. Hold on, I need to adjust. There we go. So I have taken glances. I know about the current world culture. I do. I know about the yo-yos and the declarations and the memes and the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I know a lot. You can't prove otherwise. There's no evidence. Let's get back to the game. There we go. Now, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, I'm just kidding. It's fine. You can interrupt whenever you want. We did our first level, our second level, and we decided, I believe at some point, that level 4 was going to be about cryptocurrency in some way. So naturally, that's going to be the trash can. You know, the part of your brain where you just shove things you don't want to think about anymore, that's where the crypto goes. And we're just going to shove it there and not think about it ever again. Yeet. All right. But we're not going to make that right now because I don't want to think about crypto right now. You know what I want to think about? Trauma. Okay. Valid. I had my question answered for me within the Omori Zone. I don't know if I want to go that 1-to-1. Let's go with... What about close my eyes? Okay. Are they closed? Is this closed? This better be closed or I'm going to be very mad at my model. Because I actually have my eyes all the way closed. Is my... Okay, I give up. I can't bear not seeing what I look like. Anyway, level 4 is Trauma Zone. Omori reference? Doing several silly references. Oh, in that case, close your eyes. Several silly references. Apologize. World 3 is going to be one hell of a trip. All right, so going back to this, let's have World 3 be this way. Nope. This area right here, this is World 3, level 3, and it is the Trauma Zone. So we need to think about what traumatizes the imagination. What traumas exist that we can use for the ha-ha funnies and poke fun at. I just realized that I just closed. Hold on. I'm not good at map making. Hold on. Do 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 do. Boom. All right, there we go. That makes a little more sense in terms of space, time, and or thought. Now, when you think about trauma, what does trauma bring to mind? A lot of things, but let's consider what silly things trauma brings to mind. Because trauma can mean a lot of things. It can mean like physical damage, like say a crack. We can have 2 cracks. Cracks are very traumatizing. Oh, what else? Oh, you know what's really traumatizing? Real grass that you have to touch. Yes, I am a VTuber. You were right. Hello. It is. We have someone new coming in. I'll come back on the screen. Hello, mortals. It is so nice to see you. Hello, it is I, Noxolo, cosmic god of creation and destruction and a lot of other things. Hi, MJ. Nice to see you again. It's also... Oh, wrong. Triggers. It's also nice for my creepy eyes to see you again. Hope you're doing well. We're just having fun. We're making an RPG Maker game with audience interaction. Hello, hello. If I bring you back over here, I can show you that we already have a couple ideas down that we can bring in. We've already decided that this is going to be a game. I'm not silly. I'm very serious. I'm a very serious man. I'm very serious about a lot of things. You can't... It doesn't matter if I... Make... I know my creepy eyes are amazing, aren't they? Triple eyes. I didn't manage to... I couldn't rig my triple eyes at all, so you're just gonna have to deal with this static image on my face. But yeah, basically what we're doing is we're making an RPG Maker game with audience participation. I take what people say and I have to add it into my game. I'm using this little notepad here to keep track of what people wanted added in. To catch you up, we are making a game... Oh. I'm glad it's worth it. Basically, the ideas we have so far. This is a game about imagining, thinking, and eating. And so to manifest this, we're going to have some dream sequences maybe. What I do know for sure is that thinking and eating are going to be resources. This was a direct request from someone earlier in the stream. And the way I was thinking of managing that is I'm going to have it be almost time-paced. Have thinking be a resource you need to manage and restore regularly. I was thinking of adding an overstimulation condition. It's spelled right, shut up. That basically makes you all hyperactive but also struggle to interact with anything. All I want in the game is... Hold on, am I reading that right? Hold on, I need to refresh chat. Did I see what I think I saw? Okay, maybe I'm seeing things. Anyway. Getting back to our list, we have overstimulation as a status effect. We have thinking linked to mana, so you have to think in order to make things happen. Incredible concept, I know. And this is the world of the imagination. Look at how imaginative this world is. This is literally just a giant ass brain, and we're having our levels literally be on it. I'm the most creative person in the world, shut up. If that's... Well, if you want in the game, who am I to disagree? We'll scroll down to plot points. Men. There, we have... Here, look. I hope you're happy with yourself. I hope you can sleep at night, knowing that I am now forced to include men in my game. The most despicable life form on Earth. I'm joking, I'm joking, I'm joking. Oh, men. What would we do with them? Nothing pleasant, I'll tell you that much. Plot point, men. Yep, I am going to have to incorporate the concept of men. Maybe it's a game about gender identity. Maybe it's just a game about a person that really likes men. But anyway, we've discussed level 1. It's going to be about plants. It's going to be about pizza. I suggested it might be like a botanical diner, like a mix of like a greenhouse garden and maybe a steak and shake dinner place. Level 2 is Home Depot. As you can clearly see, right over here we have Home Depot. You can tell because it has lamppost and also wood and also vases and also iron and also flour. We don't talk about the flour. But going on from that, we decided that level 5 is going to be gate kept by a nasty goblin, and that you will need a certain item in order to pass by this goblin. So you're going to need to find crypto. In order to find it, you need to go to the trash can, because that's where crypto belongs. If it's a game about a person who really likes men, I think it's just about me. Men in Home Depot. I mean, if you want, I'll just make you like the main character of this video game. You're going to be subjected to every single thing in this game. There will be no mercy. I'll leave that up to you if you want that to happen. But other things we have discussed. Plot points, we are obligated to have cats. We are also obligated to have cats. We are also required to have innermost mind milk, as well as having a big bag. And big bag is definitely not my misspelling with saying big bad. I couldn't even say right when explaining it. I am real. I mean, you can make Cappy. Okay, you know, I'm just gonna make another section. We're gonna make main characters. We're going to have MJ. And they are going to be likes men. And then we're going to have Cookie. And they are going to be Cappy. Cappy Cookie. That's definitely how you spell it. Shut up. All right. Good ideas so far, but getting back on track, I'm losing track so much. We also keeping the stats slow. We have small numbers, big bond, no thoughts. That is our motto here in the video game world. We're gonna have slimes. We're gonna put some more. I don't know where they're going to go, but hey, we're gonna have slimes. They're important to the game. Chat said so. We also have time travel, specifically to the year 2007. Personally, I'm streaming to the year 2023 if I have not completely messed up this time portal. But I can reach out to 2007. That had some cool stuff in it, I bet. Had what was it called? The game box? Game box? Something like that. We're also going to have panic attacks, but on enemies, deal damage. You're going to be able to inflict panic attacks on your enemies and make them cower before you. We are also doing free use. We're not doing free use. We're doing fair use! ! At ! 1111 leet. There were many. Note to self, there are men in 2007. A very important detail. I did not know that myself. We also have mood decompressed. You get no context. It's just mood decompressed. Live with it. We've also talked about our final boss. It's going to be Imaginary Burger. And since cats are already doubly required, we're going to have the final boss be I Can Has Cheeseburger. It's going to be the website itself. It's going to come to life and fight you. So naturally, you're going to need some ways to defend yourself. So we have some options for weapons. We have an entire computer. You know, if you ever want to bludgeon someone with a very expensive brick that is the size of your torso, as all rational people have. We also have paper. You could probably get a couple different types of paper: construction paper, school paper, sandpaper. You need to find sandpaper in Home Depot World, though. That's a requirement. We're also going to have Magic the Gathering cards, and they are going to basically function as spells and also as everything else because I am very uncreative. You can't stop me. I've already begun my tyranny. Brick, yes. But now we are continuing level creation. We have decided level 3 is going to be the trauma zone, is going to have an Amori references. It's going to have close your eyes, wherever you mean. It's going to have several silly references, and it's going to have apologize 9944777777. It's a large level 3 is a big it's a big boom. That's basically what it's going for. I could hit the men with brick. Okay. I'll make sure that men are... You know what? That's going to be... Idea. Brainwave. Main opponent. Men. You are going to be able to hit as many men as you want with bricks. Give the men trauma. Trauma... Men. I spelled it right. Shut up. Alright, there's a lot of men in World 3 as well as a lot of trauma. So I think World 3 is going to be a traumatic lifting zone. As you can see, the opening to World 3, we have been working on it. The opening to World 1 has some plants. It has like a food thing. Opening to World 2, we have Home Depot, obviously. It's definitely Home Depot. Oh, World 3 is going to be about trauma, so I have some grass that you will be forced to touch if you do not like me. That is the punishment for not liking me. But if this is going to be a world, you can either hit men with bricks or kiss them. You did this to me. I just want you to know that. But yes, World 3 is shaping up to be a really weird world. So you know what? We're just going to lean into it. It's the trauma zone, which we can see by the cracks and the horrific grass, but it's a place for men. So we're just going to add something manly, I think. What is particularly manly in this tile set? Statue of a dude, that's manly, right? Kissable man. Maybe it's traumatic because it's about a romance. And the romance is traumatic. What's particularly romancy in this tile set? Let's see. Flowers. We're stealing a bit from World 1, but it's fine. We have some romantic flowers. Kissable men. Very kissable. This could be so cursed. What else is very manly, romantic, kissable? Let's have... You know what? It's a trauma world, so you know what? Let's choose chaos and just have there be a grave. Someone died against the kissable men and you need to avenge his defeat. You must avenge him. This is him. His name is Bob. You need to avenge Bob. This is too much. Too much chaos. I'm completely out of control. You know what? We're going to add... You know what we're gonna... Dead men, okay. Let's see. We're going to add a man to this level. Man. And he's just going to turn to you and he's going to say man. That's what's going to happen. There he is. Man. Apply. Okay. Let's move our player character into the zone. Save our progress. You always save your progress. Manicusable. This is just going to be Man the Game. I should change the name of this game. Hold on. I can do this. Where is it? There it is. Men. There we go. We're going to beta test this game live in front of a live studio audience. But we're going to make sure that the sound doesn't completely destroy us when we enter the game. Lower this. Apply OK. And we're going to save changes and playtest. Made so much progress today, I know. Oh no, it's not gonna capture. Oh god. It's so loud. Hold on, I need to fix the audio before we do that again. I don't even know if it's particularly loud or if it... Oh, I just have my audio up all the way. I had my own personal volume to max and blared a game. Jump scared by music, realistically. Let's see. And there we go. Hopefully that's not blasting you now. Now let's get you able to see what's going on. Add screen capture, new source, game. Oh, at one. Oh my god, you should have told me it was 1 p.m. Oh, 1 a.m. Men the game. Let's play. It's sublime, you know. It's, you know, it really speaks for itself. You know what something like this says on like the state of it's you know, when you really think it, I am, you know, he really should. Society. Oh, I have unleashed hell onto myself, and I have only myself to blame. You know what? It's only been... I was hoping to go for 3 hours, but honestly, I don't think I can take any more. This is the limit of my sanity. I have learned a lot about streaming, about what is or is not practical for me to do. This was fantastic. Just want to thank you all again for coming to the stream. I know it's been a little short, but I hope you all had a good time. I'll see you next week, probably the same time. We're going to see... I know it's hell. We'll see you next week around same time, and we're going to... Yes, it's all your fault. You should be ashamed. But yeah, I think I'm going to close that stream now before... Actually, one more thing. I was teasing toggles earlier, so I guess I'll just reveal... Well, it's semi-reveal, semi-not. MJ, I know I've talked to you about Nox Solo. I've told you they are asexual, but I've considered their character, and unfortunately, it has changed. I'm sorry. But this is... I'm going to abruptly end on the bisexual. Take care. See you later. Bye. So stupid, but awesome.